I'm so grateful for all the experiences I've had. The life lessons I've learned along the way are just completely invaluable. Mistakes are a part of being human. Appreciate your mistakes for what they are, precious life lessons that can only be learned the hard way. Unless it's a fatal mistake, which, at least, others can learn from. I am not someone who is ashamed of my past. I'm actually really proud. I know I made a lot of mistakes, but they, in turn, were my life lessons. The truth is, gymnastics is a beautiful sport that has allowed me to grow and learn invaluable life lessons: sacrifice, dedication, discipline. Eventually, it led me to my voice. I got a lot of great life lessons from the entertainment industry. The first was being able to feel comfortable taking risks. Football has done so much for me, given me friends, family, given me life lessons that now I can use in the operating room or just as a leader. I've been through a lot off the field. I think that kind of translates onto the field. Football serves for a lot of life lessons, and so it allows me to stay humble and continue to work. I've grown up a lot, I'm on my own, and I've learned some valuable life lessons. When you get older, you learn certain life lessons. You apply that wisdom, and suddenly you say, "Hey, I've got a new lease on this thing. So let's go." Some of the life lessons that my mom has taught me is that the road is not for the fastest or the swiftest, but it's for those who enjoy it to the end. Just telling you that life is not pure grace. It's like a marathon. I think back to my upbringing and the social skills I learned, the life lessons and friends I made because I was fortunate enough to play, and how that impacted me and gave me self-confidence. My dad was always very hard on me when it came to sports. He always used golf to teach me life lessons. I've learned some of the greatest life lessons from growing up in the skate and punk rock communities. I'm giving life lessons and tips on how to take care of your emotional heart, because heart disease is the #1 killer in America. I mean, it's the life lessons that I suppose you learn that nobody gets a free ride and that you do the best you can with the means that you can and try to open yourself to as much knowledge and all that you can. Gymnastics taught me everything: life lessons, responsibility and discipline and respect. I take all of my life lessons, which some people might call mistakes, and apply them to my future so that I keep growing. There are life lessons that can be derived from reality television. We're trying to give a young man life lessons: sacrifice, commitment, teamwork, self-confidence, self-esteem. That's what this sport does for kids. I was taught some very good life lessons and morals as a young kid growing up. Slobberknocker, My Life in Wrestling is really not a wrestling book. It's a book about life, and there's a great love story in this book. There are great life lessons in this book about not allowing others to define you. There was always the next therapy appointment, next surgery, next college exam, but with time and deep thought, those evolved into life lessons, which then evolved into perspective. My films, sometimes, have my own reflections of life. They have life lessons I've had that I put across in a humorous or satirical way. Tennis was a particularly interesting growing up experience. It's actually a difficult way of growing up because it's such an individual sport. It taught me a lot of life lessons that have been helpful later in my life. I want people to have learned from me. When you watch movies that we grew up on, they teach you life lessons about friendship, brotherhood, integrity, but it's still funny and something you can watch as a family. I want to bring that back to our culture in general. Rather than make excuses for their failures, resilient people learn from each mistake. They identify skills, ideas, and life lessons that can be gained from each failed opportunity. I try and focus on the youth coming up, and I think tennis is a great sport regardless of how far you make it. Just, obviously, a lot of good life lessons. We learn a lot of life lessons in how we play this great game, and I've been fortunate enough to be involved in it at every level. I don't want to just tell my story, I want to share the experiences, life lessons, and values that have shaped who I am and my ideas for the future. Don't be pushed around by the fears in your mind. Be led by the dreams in your heart. Instead of worrying about what you cannot control, shift your energy to what you can create. Be the reason someone smiles. Be the reason someone feels loved and believes in the goodness in people. Courage is the most important of all the virtues because without courage, you can't practice any other virtue consistently.